Okay. I got you. No worries. No worries. No worries.
We do need to update
Uh,
that intro though. And after that pick against the Packers, I think
I
that should
think
be in there.
Kirby Joseph. 100%.
Yup.
100%.
I think we got to get that going.
That Hard Knocks intro with Dan Campbell talking about grit,
Yup.
bringing people out to the deep abyss, and you just got to keep treading water.
Yeah. What he said?
What?
One
I
eye,
love that
two
speech.
toenails, or something. What did he say? He
I
said, we'll throw
He
that
said
in there.
something. They had. I'm telling you, I watched it like 3 or 4 times. Like, hold on, bro. Like, he got me feeling right. I like this guy. The week. Let's go.
Let's do it.
You're tripping. You did not have to start it with that. Hey, yo, we get no intro, I guess.
That's
We
the
just
intro.
here?
That's the new one. Just
You're
made it
tripping.
today.
We here.
Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? Y'all already know what it is. Y'all know what would it do. The last second dose. We about to do the most. But hey, don't the week just feel good coming off a win? Everybody hates Monday, but when you got a W under your belt, when our team gets a win, it just starts the work week off better. Everybody's in good spirits, good moods. Yeah, man, I'm feeling good. How you feeling, Dose?
You know what it does for me? To what you're saying,
What does
I
it do?
I can like look at other NFL stuff when we win. For the last 2 weeks, I've looked at nothing in the league because I don't want to see it. I just get mad. But once we win, I want to see everything. I'm like, are they talking about us? That's what I'm always doing.
Feel it. I feel it. It's just a better
everything.
feeling, bro. We got that W. Defense held it down. I watched the locker room thing again about AG. The post-game locker room again this morning. I haven't went back and watched the game. I'm not gonna sit here and say I have. I don't want to lie and say I have. Have you watched the game again?
Not all of it. Not all of it yet. I've taken notes on like the first half and the last drive.
I need to do that because it was a victory.
Yet. They only got the game in 40, so I was doing it like that.
Victory. Shout out to Jerry Jacobs once again. I don't know why. I just want to throw his name out there because I felt like he played pretty well.
Yeah, he's a
we had the seatbelts clicking yesterday, so shout out to Jerry Jacobs. What's up, chat? See y'all pumping and jumping, baby. What it do? Hey, so we're doing call-ins today. Call in, rap with us, leave a message, or we answering that number live. Dose, put the number up. Tell them where to call in at.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what we're doing today. We're just gonna talk about the season. Anything that comes to your heart, to your chest, to your mind, bring it. And we're going to talk about it for a little bit of time. Ooh, that rhymed.
That was deep.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all call that number right there, 567-280-0599. Call in. We answering the phone. We ready to talk, chop it up with y'all.
Yes, sir.
We're giving free inspection.
Yo,
what happened? What's up, Greedy?
Shout out to Greedy World. Hey, man, I haven't seen Greedy World in the chat before. Okay. I want to address this real quick, man. I do remember what you said. We're getting a call right now, right? You want to jump on it?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Shout out to He Got Game. You know what I'm saying? That's that boy Jesus Shuttlesworth on the hoodie. You don't know nothing about that, Dose. That's before your time.
I hung up
Ray
on
Allen.
you. Hey, call back. I hung up on you. I'm my bad. I did that wrong. I tried to answer. I hung up. That's Ray Allen on your shirt?
Yeah, that's Jesus Shuttlesworth, man. You ever seen He Got Game with Denzel Washington? It's a Spike Lee joint.
I feel like I have. I feel like I've seen
it's a
one
great
with Kevin
movie.
Durant.
Oh, Kevin Durant? No.
Wait, that kids movie, right?
I never watched that. Kevin Durant, he mentally ain't the type of person I want to vibe with. Like when some of the stuff he does mentally, I don't rock with KD. I think he's a great basketball player, amazing basketball player. I don't care what KD it was. Mentally, he's soft, so I don't rock with him. But call back in. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kill your KD
you're good.
love. That could be your favorite basketball player. Mine is Kobe.
Voice needs access to your microphone. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait, what button do I click? I don't know how to answer. Wait, it says, all right, go to Help Center.
You asking me? You said what? But I don't even know what you're looking at, Playboy.
It says click the blocked media icon. What the heck is that?
The blocked media icon.
Oh, my bad, dude. Hey, hold up.
What's up, Chad? What we got going?
Rad, hold it down while we're, you know what I mean?
You already know I got you. Kool-Aid said, Rad, bro, be dose until he figured out how to get the lights to stay blue all the time. Yeah, we had the light. He had them lights going. Them lights. He got a vibe going over there, y'all. He got a vibe. Somebody actually hated in the comments on yesterday's show about us talking about your lights. I forgot to send you the screenshot.
Really?
They're sitting up talking about his lights. I just want to hear Lion football. I'm like, bro,
for real?
Lion football. I swear, I'll send you. He got upset that we start talking about your vibe. Like, bro, like get your lights right. Like, he got, you know, it's always some haters out there.
I ain't gonna lie.
You know, it's gonna be some. What's up, Ken? Ben, BB Pipsy, I see you. Michael McDermott, Crazy Clown. We're big brain panda. Al, where you at? You figured it out yet? Teron, what's up? What's up? How about those Red Wings? I grew up a diehard Red Wing fan. Like, hockey was my first love. No bull. A little fun fact about Rad. I grew up wanting to be a hockey player and a swimmer. An Olympic swimmer. Sure did. I just couldn't. I was really good at roller hockey, especially watching Mighty Ducks all the time. I was cold at roller hockey, like cold on some rollerblades, doing tricks, everything. I was cold at hockey. I just couldn't figure out how to get the ice skating down, because if I could have, I'd have probably been a hockey player over football.
Really? You like hockey like that?
Hockey's dope. I think it's a very underrated sport. Hockey is a very underrated sport. I mean, you still get your collision, but you just out there moving that puck, bro.
I think I might figure out the issue, though. I'm wondering if the issue is not because
BB Pipsy said he's called 4 times. I blame me. He's blaming me. You can blame me. You know what? I'll take the blame. But what's the issue?
I think the issue is because I have my mic on here. I can't have it on there, too. You know what I'm saying?
So
we wouldn't be able to communicate because it's through my thing. You know what I mean?
Let's bring people on the show then. Everybody come on for 2 minutes.
You can do that. You can also still use that link, though, if you guys want. You can leave a message and we can react to it. I won't answer. Just leave the message after.
100%. I know how to do the knuckle puck, Bud Joe. 100%. I was nice at hockey, bro. I'm telling you. I love hockey.
My bad, chat. I didn't even realize that. Maybe that's why we've never done it.
Drop the link. Hey, if you want to come on, we're only doing about 2 to 3 minutes. Let's get a 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
Download a 2-minute warning gift for us.
Rad's gonna count out loud for 2 minutes while you're going. So.
Because I mean, we want to get a lot of people on. We don't want everybody to come on taking up 20 minutes and things like that. We appreciate everybody, but we just want to keep it fair for everybody. You know, anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. Let's do 2 to 5. That's a huge gap.
Give your take and get out. You know, that's what it is. We honestly don't want you on the shows, to be real with you. So,
and that's coming from Coach Dose. Hey. Don't Dose look like a special teams coach right now?
Oh, snap.
Hey, check him out. He looking fresh though, dressed in all black with his glasses. Where the playbook at? You got the headset on. I just need to see the playbook, and you got to cover your mouth when you calling that play. My guy looking fresh today.
True. I always got the notebook, Red.
Look, there you go. Calling the play real quick. Check him out, bro. Looking clean. I had to tell him backstage, like, bro, I like the dressed in all black. I might go throw on a black hoodie. Yeah, go with the background and everything. You looking fresh today. Hey, shout out to the super chat.
Boom. Keep it simple. Right there. You know what I'm saying?
Cavalito.
Ooh, my guy. Before that, real quick. I just want to say I did put the link in the chat, and it's also in the top of the description, so you have to refresh.
Do you want me to download one really quick and email it to you while you're doing that to help you out, or you got it? A 2-minute warning or a 5-minute ticker?
Nah, because remember that don't work. It's just a GIF.
You put it on a loop, I thought. Yeah, you are right. You're right. We did try. We tried it backstage. I remember. Yeah, months ago. We did it like 6 months ago. We did it a minute ago. Hey, come vibe with us, everybody.
Okay, now you can.
Where's Big Bang Panda at? I want to talk to Panda.
KV Alto, I see you. He said, did Bob Quinn draft anyone worthwhile, I feel like New England should lose a first-round pick for tampering. Red, who's the best player that he's drafted? Is anybody still here that he's brought in?
I think
Jonah?
Taylor Decker.
Taylor, yep. I mean, he did. Some of them are
Frank Ragnow.
Ragnow.
He O-line. But Bob Quinn, that's the one thing I will give Bob Quinn credit for. I feel like he's solid at drafting offensive linemen.
Yes.
He really was. Because remember, he drafted Graham Glasgow. He just didn't re-sign him.
He drafted
another third round. He did draft Swift. You're right. That was Swift's drafts. But I think his main focus where I can say Bob Quinn put his footprint on our team is getting rid of a lot of our good players, but also bringing in offensive line. Like he did the offensive line work to set it up for this regime, I feel like.
Yes.
Because everybody on this offensive line besides Penne, which is a huge addition, is Bob Quinn's regime. So I would say he did leave his print as far as offensive line. And T-Walk. I mean, we got T-Walk out of it.
T-Walk. He's been much better without that coaching staff, weirdly.
100%. 100%.
Will Harris.
Your boy. Yeah, yep. Look, you see, we think alike. You knew what I was about to say. I said your boy, and you said Will Harris. As soon as I said your boy, that is your boy.
You know, I like the energy you came in with. First off, you're drinking that juice. I don't know what that is, but I rock with it. But secondly, someone just hopped in. We're gonna get him in.
Ocean spray.
Wait.
Cran apple.
Yo,
what's up? We need put the names on. I need to know everybody's name. I don't know who jumped in.
You don't know Dose of Micro?
That's not Mike.
I saw Dose of Micro.
Yes, it is.
That's not Mike.
You already know who this. Yeah, it is. Red, it is too, me, man. Come on, dog.
That's not Micro.
I'm laying in my bed. I'm laying in my bed, dog.
He's chilling.
Is that Micro Mike for real?
He's down with the ugly.
That's Dose of Micro 3.0, dog. Come on, man.
Okay, it is.
Can you see my eyes? Yeah.
I swear I did not know who it was. I'm like, bro, he's an imposter. I was about to text you, bro, somebody's on here playing like you.
Hey, dog. I pulled up next to an elementary school, and it has free candy on the side of my old rusty van, dog.
Oh Lord, Mike, chill out. Chill out. I did not know that was you. I'm being serious. I almost texted you, like, bro, are you really here? Somebody's acting like you. Okay, I promise you, I didn't know that was him. Okay, that's Mike. Okay, there you go. It was dark. You know what I'm saying? I know it's dark over there on the East Coast. Oh Lord,
yeah,
what's up,
man,
Mike?
It's dark at like 5 o'clock, bro. Hey, what's up, guys?
Talk to me. So, I mean, how you feeling? Because I ain't talked to you in a minute. So, how are you feeling about the win?
I'm not feeling good that you haven't talked to me in a minute. I think that's really sad,
Mike,
bro.
I was over there with you like 2 weeks ago. Don't,
man. Look, you know what, dog. I know you. Look, hey, dog. Stop, look, please. man. I'm your number one fan, man. I've been looking at your house, looking through your windows. I have cameras, man. I'm looking for you, dog.
Don't come this way. I stay armed. I'm armed and dangerous.
Hey, man, I gotta get back to OR, bro. I gotta get back to Oregon, dog.
No, you don't want to come here. It's raining and cold. Why would you? Please, anybody out there, don't come to Oregon. It's rainy and cold. The weather's terrible.
What do you think it is over here, man? It's the same thing over here.
And the gas prices is $6 a gallon for unleaded.
Okay, now I'm leaving, man. I'm not going back to Oregon now.
They'll pump your gas for you. You don't have to pump your own gas, but you're paying $6 a gallon.
So you're paying for that experience?
No, I'd rather pump my own gas anyways because they take forever. I swear. They take forever.
I gotta turn this TV off. It's loud as a mug.
Okay. I feel like we want to.
Hold on 1 second. I don't want you. I'm sure you can hear my music. Let me mute my mic quick.
You're good, man.
I swear I didn't know that was Mike, bro.
He's got your.
You knew that was Mike as soon as he came on.
I'm gonna be honest.
You seen the name.
It said Doze. I thought it said Doze Dion 3.0. So I looked at it and like it was just his face. I'm like, I think that's Mike, but I don't want to be goofy and like put him on and say, "What's up, Mike?" And have it not be Mike.
I did not know it was him. I promise you. I was about to text him like, bro, somebody's on here playing games, bro. I'm not for the game playing. I'm here to talk Lions football. And do y'all think we're gonna make the playoffs?
Hey, look, let's start there real quick, Brad. You saw what I put in the title. I know you did. You know, I said, hey, back in the hunt. Brad,
no, we're not in the hunt. I did see the title. I seen the title.
I ain't gonna lie.
We're not in the hunt. I'm about to pull up the schedule.
Okay, you
Let's talk to the schedule. Let's talk to the schedule.
But I want to hit you with this real quick, just so everybody knows.
Hit me.
Lions currently.
Hit me. Don't hit me too hard.
The Lions are currently 2 games out of a wild card spot. Washington's the 8th seed with 4 wins. San Fran's the 7th seed with 4 wins.
Okay, when you break it down like that.
I'm just saying, only 2 games back. Like,
no. When you break it down like that, it is realistic.
It's very realistic, yes.
But I don't. Nah, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, it's possible.
I was gonna say I don't want to be the team that makes it. I don't want to be the team that makes it to a playoffs and we're below 500. Because then it's still like
hey,
I just was like I don't want to say it because people still talk like, bro, y'all shouldn't even be in the playoffs. Y'all are below 500. Like I'd rather just not make the playoffs.
We'll get Mike back in
Pipsy, Roger, what's up?
Okay, he dipped. Never mind. All right. But no, yeah, I had to look that up today just to check. And
you want me to start the timer? Do you really want me to do a timer?
I mean, we could. We don't got to put a timer for Mike. He's cool. We good.
Okay.
Mike, you look good.
There he is. That's the Mike I know. He looks full. Did you just eat? I want to know if you just ate. You look full.
I had some Kool-Aid. For real.
Was it blue? I hope it wasn't blue. Because I stopped drinking.
No, it's actually orange, man.
Okay, perfect.
I couldn't find my mic. I'm gonna have to go in another room, man. I can't find my.
You're fine. You sound good. You sound good, Mike. You really do. You sound good.
Let me get in the office. Man, what's going on, fellas? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Microdose of Dion, man.
Love it. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you.
I like it.
Tell the people where you're from. What's your last job
I am
experience?
from.
And
I am. Last job experience.
What are we doing, bro?
Don't have one. I don't know. I've never worked in my life. I like candy bars that are. I like candy bars in a pool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mike, I know you got some bold takes, and I need to hear them. So
I know I want to hear them.
What you're
Thank
feeling.
You for asking that because I want to know.
You joined here.
I want to know, baby. Let's get it going. This is about to be live. Well, we're already live, but.
So what do you want to know about the game?
Let's start with yesterday's game. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So huge shout out to Kirby Joseph. Absolutely stunning. 2 interceptions. I think it was 10 pass defense, 1 for a touchdown, knocked it down. Kirby was balling. You know what he reminds me of, guys? And I know this is going to be a hot take and people are going to say I'm overreacting, but Budda Baker, Arizona Cardinals safety. I just love what he brings with the turnovers and the hard hitting. The guy is a baller and a dog. It's what he was in college, and he showed it here. And he's getting better every single game. And I love seeing the development of him and other players. When it comes to Jared Goff, let's just go ahead and do to another player.
I was about to say, can we get some clapping emojis from Micro Mike because he's right about that.
Please get some claps. 100 birthday cakes, whatever we got to do. It's good to have Mike in here.
I love it.
It's been too long.
What did you? Can we talk about golf really quick?
No,
hold on.
He wants to go past the topic. Let's keep rolling.
He's here. I want to know what he has to feel. What does he feel about golf? I'd like to personally know.
Hey, I know what he thinks.
Golf looked terrible. Golf looked terrible. Let's be honest here. And I don't care about, you look at stats, and if you look at Green Bay Packers pass defense, his balls were terrible. It was off. They were ducks 2 yards away from the receiver. He threw like he was working out all day with his arm and had nothing left in there. It was just, he was awful. He was really bad. I'm so and they kept giving to him on the 4th down. It's like, do not give it to Jared Goff on
empty.
4th and 2.
We would go empty. Yeah, what are we doing, bro?
All the people, you're gonna give it to the guy who has been absolutely cheeks.
Empty.
Like, give it to, if you're good, go Jamal Williams. At least he's gonna give you something. But man,
empty.
Draft quarterback, folks.
Oh, that's where he stands. Okay. I mean, I want to know: would you be comfortable if Jared Goff threw the ball 68 times in one game like Patrick Mahomes did last night? have to answer that.
I will feel comfortable for that if they're trying to get the first pick in the draft. If that is the thought, we're going to tank.
You don't have to
absolutely never, man.
I just wanted to throw that out there. 68 times in one game. Oh Lord. But Mike, this is how I feel about Goff. I don't think he's played. I'm 50-50, man. Like, I kind of do want to get a QB because I know what Jared Goff is, but I don't think Jared Goff is horrible. I don't think he's bad. Like, I've come around this season, and I'm sitting at the 50-50 with Jared Goff because y'all know I'm a Goffle hater, but I don't think he's the reason why we're losing games. He has made a few mistakes. The pick yesterday was a bonehead pick. I just felt like he should have taken a split more second. Like, it was more of like it looked like a rookie pick more. But anyways, but I don't think he. If we have the number one pick, then we.
Here's the fundamental question. Here's the fundamental question here.
What is it?
Okay, it's a complete teardown. Sheila said, "Are you going to have a 27, 28-year-old quarterback in a complete teardown? Or are you just going to go ahead and go young, just like we have with Malcolm Rodriguez, with Kirby Joseph, with Joshua Pascal, Aiden Hutchinson?" All these young players, this is what we're doing here. Why would hold on to a mid quarterback when you have an opportunity to get a dual threat mobile quarterback that can set your franchise up for many years on a cheap rookie contract? If you look at the quarterbacks in the NFL, That's cheap true. Rookie contracts are the ones that are doing it. Look at Karen Rodgers. He gets all this money. Not a lot going on. Lamar Jackson, yeah, he's good, but it's hard to take that team to that next level. This is a young team. I'm not gonna have Jared Goff on there. He's the bridge. I want to get the future. I want to get that mobile quarterback and someone that will win you games, not someone that's gonna
No. Those are super valid points, and I agree with those. Yes, we get that rookie contract. With that being said, though, so if we draft a quarterback, do we trade Goff or do we keep him just in case this rookie is messing up? How do you play that out?
You can keep him. You can completely keep him if you wanted to keep him for this next season and go ahead and Patrick Mahomes, the rookie quarterback. That's perfectly fine, like they did with Alex Smith or they did again with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers or whoever. I'm perfectly fine with that. But to extend Jared Goff and give him a 5-year deal and say, this is what we're going to bring out for the next, it just doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense. If they wanted to release him, it would have to be, you have to have, to me, a veteran option. I don't think that's going to be, I think he's going to be here next year, personally. And you draft a quarterback and you develop him, just like a normal franchise would do. And they come into a nice situation. But I'm not going to pay this guy $30-40 million for a team that's in absolute rebuild mode.
So who's playing next year then? The rookie or
just depending whenever he's ready. If the rookie's not ready, he doesn't have to. Yeah, you start with Jared, and then if he's ready at some point, great. If he's not, great. You have Jared Goff. You have a good situation where you have two quarterbacks that can handle it. Jared Goff can win you some games. He can hold it down, and we need to win next year. That's why I'm not in the idea of just straight up releasing him, because you've got to win next year. So you have Jared Goff, you have the rookie quarterback back there, and if Jared Goff struggles like he's doing right now, rookie quarterback comes in, he can take over. If Jared Goff is doing well, great. The Lions can win, and then the new quarterback can take over next year, or bye week or Thanksgiving. But I think it's really important to secure the number one position on a team with the future of a rebuild mode. This is we're not going to win next year and go to the Super Bowl. I just don't see that. But we're getting better, but we need to get a young quarterback. Yeah, 2024. I can see that.
That's our year. That's our year. Where I really feel like teams got to fear us. Go ahead, Dose. My bad, bro.
I'm just listening, man. Hey, y'all,
let me let the coordinator talk.
Spend too long here because I always talk about my takes here, so let him get his thoughts in there, man. I'm just listening, taking it in. Y'all know my thoughts on the whole situation, right? Unless you want me to elaborate on something specifically.
I know what you think. You love Goff. Yeah. You think we shouldn't go get a quarterback yet. And I'm 50-50. I'm not going to here and say
perfectly fine. Valid.
I'm gonna add to what Mike said though. I wouldn't say I'm against drafting a quarterback. I don't know this class well enough to say this is the guy that I like. like I've only seen 2 quarterbacks where I would say I feel pretty good. Like Levis, not very impressed with him. But at the same time, I also understand that he plays a pro style offense, and he definitely has the traits that you could say, okay, down the road that could turn into something. So it's just not really there yet. But if you had Goff, I can understand it. So I don't know enough about this class to say a specific name. So I'm not against that idea. I think it actually does make sense, because to what Mike said, that's what good organizations do. They don't put them into a bad spot. We don't want to be back in that position. But of course, on top of that, I'm also of the mindset that I feel like this is the guy that you can win the whole thing with. Like, I truly believe that. I don't know. I guess I see something different. Like, I thought this game, I'm with Mike, I thought it was one of his worst games of the year. But even in that, I didn't think he played bad necessarily. Like, for example, the 4th down play. Look, I'm going to be all alone on this. For example, the 4th down play. I liked it. I liked it because that's not the play they originally called. It looked kind of like last week on 4th down, we threw the bomb. Like, they got to look defensively. Terrible. They were getting a, man cut. They were bringing everybody, right? So they were just manned up, and we audible to that play, and he had Tom Kennedy wide open, right? He moved the defense, had Tom Kennedy wide open. If it's like he had a hair's longer or whatever, or it comes out a little different, which we score a touchdown there. But to me, I don't think he played bad in that game necessarily, but I do think it was not his best. But then you move it a week back, Dolphins, I thought he played his best game of the season. So for me, it's just like, it's still weird, because it's almost like Rad to what you said coming into the year, right? You were saying, okay, this is the year I'm judging Goff. And it's still weird because there's always like moving pieces. It's always fluid. But then there's still the games where it's like, well, I can see what it looks like when we have most of our starters. And then there's also like last week, and it's like, well, that was worse than last year, basically. The only difference was you had Taylor Decker, but the receiving core, like, that was the worst receiving core teams put out in the NFL this season. So it's kind of that to me. But I will say this, I do like Ben Johnson. If there's one takeaway from all of it, whoever the quarterback is going forward, I hope he's working with Ben Johnson. That's what I'm excited about.
Can I say something real quick?
And not just to throw anything at just one specific position, because everybody talks about the quarterback position. When I talk about draft or upgrading roster, I don't care what position it is. If it's an upgrade, I'm willing to get it. So I look at the quarterback position just like I look at the linebacker, defensive tackle, edge, safety, every position. If there is an upgrade there, I'm going to take that upgrade. Kirby Joseph is an upgrade from what we had earlier. I'm happy that we got him. So if we can do that with the quarterback position, I'm all for it. Now, if they feel there is no quarterback out there that is that quarterback, then don't do it, because you're gonna F it up. I think there is. I think there's a lot of talented quarterbacks in this year's draft.
You, Mike? Not trying to cut you off. Who is
for me? But I love. There's a couple quarterbacks here. Bryce Young, really good. I think he's going to be the first pick in the draft, though. So if the Lions are going to if they're going to acquire him, you'd have to be the first pick or trade up. And I think that's going to be very difficult when you look at the Houston Texans or the Carolina Panthers, who are looking for a franchise guy. There is also Hendon Hooker. I know a lot of people may not know who he is. He's a little bit older, 25, turning 26, but this guy's a really good quarterback. He's good. He is really good. He's a really it's not a
Goff is 27. Goff is 27, and we're taking a 26-year-old rookie.
You're not going to take.
I'm sorry.
You're not going to take him.
Like, why would we take an old
head? Go ahead, Mike.
My bad.
You're not going to take him. You're not going to take him with the first pick. Okay, Hendon Hooker right now is considered to go into the second round. A Jalen Hurts type of quarterback where you can get him later in the draft. You got a Will Levis out of Kentucky. He's got the physical attributes, right? He's the big body. He's the Josh Allen lookalike, but his stats aren't really showing it this year right now. So maybe it can get better with a couple more games going this year. And obviously you got C.J. Stroud from Ohio State, who everybody hates Ohio State quarterbacks, but he's 6'3". Yeah, it's like, is it the system that's making him? Or is it, you know what I'm saying? And it does look like the system, in all honesty, if you look at it. So that's the type of things that a general manager's got to look at, when they're judging quarterback.
Because I haven't watched any of these quarterbacks yet. Like, I've seen Bama's Bryce Young, boom, boom, and then pair him up with J-Mo. Cool. I want to circle back to that Kentucky's quarterback. Like you said, his stats ain't really been doing the most. Is it his talent? Because when I hear Josh Allen, I'm thinking like, ooh, okay. I haven't seen the kid play. I don't know who he is. Now, is it the Kentucky offensive line receiving core talent he has around him, to where if he was inserted into our offensive line, running backs, and our receiving core, do you think he can elevate his game? Kentucky's quarterback.
That is something that they're debating right now. Is can he elevate the roster? I think he could, but you're doing a potential here. It's not guaranteed. Not last week, but the game before, he threw multiple interceptions, and that's a little concerning. But that's something that they're going to have to look at. I don't know if he'll end up going to, if he'll end up playing in the combine and start throwing passes. We don't know that, but that's something that you're going to have to look at your pro day. You're going to have to look at the NFL combine, how he releases the ball, and given same talent as other prospects that are going to be in the draft. That's the question mark. There's a couple question marks, and right now it's like some GMs, I assume, say, yes, we can get this guy could be the next Josh Allen. Then you get some GMs saying, yes, this guy could be the next bust. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'll give this, though, to Will Levis on that topic. The games that I have watched, I will say his offensive line does not help him. To give him that credit, like, you always got to take that account, man. His right tackle is – hey, I'm just saying, they had him in the game, and it was like, man, that guy's trash. Then they put the backup in, and it's like, okay, this is bad. So – you always got to take that into account to what you're saying. You're playing the SEC and you're Kentucky, right? They're never really matching up with that. So yeah, it's interesting. But I like the point that you made there overall, Mike. I'm with that. Like always, like I don't want to look at a position and be like, man, we're too good there. Like, no, we're not too good.
100%.
Anyway, right? So I like what you're saying there. And especially to your point, if you're going to keep Jared Goff, then every draft quarterback that you get is going to have question marks. You're not going to, unless it's Andrew Luck, you're probably not going to have a guy, right? So 100%.
I mean, look at Trevor Lawrence. Everybody proclaimed him to be the greatest quarterback to come out since Andrew Luck and then Peyton Manning. And is he really looking like that right now? Not really. Now it could be Jacksonville Jaguars. But the draft is one of those things. Nobody thought Josh Allen would be Josh Allen. Nobody thought Patrick Mahomes would be Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers be Aaron Rodgers. Nobody thought that type of stuff for Tom Brady in the 6th round. So it's just something as scouts and GMs they got to take into account, which you're going to school for right now or learning, Joseph Dion. And so there's many factors you got to look into it. Stand in the pocket, the speed of the arm, how his release, all of that comes in factor.
So I know the Google my glasses broke.
You are right.
Here. But I do want to make
the coordinator. Go coordinator. I was high on Patrick Mahomes coming out in the draft. I want to put that out there. I wasn't doing YouTube at that point, but you can ask my boy Naylor. I thought Patrick Mahomes had it.
Okay.
I thought he had.
I love Justin Herbert.
Josh Allen.
I
did hate on. My boy Naylor did too. He thought he said Herbert was gonna be that ish like his freshman year, so he hit it on that. But I was high on Patrick Mahomes coming out, but not Allen. I thought Allen would be a bust. I'm not gonna lie. I'll admit that. Josh Allen, I didn't think would be good, but look at him now. Best QB in the NFL. QB A or B.
Well, one thing you can't really judge, right, is if you're a scout or somebody that's looking at tape, is you can't judge what the person's thought process, their work habit, how they thinking. Like Tom Brady. He was taken in the 6th round. And to this day, he still talks about how upset he was. That motivation factor, that's not something you can judge. You really don't know it. 100%. So you can have these players that are extremely motivated, or you can have a player who's an absolute bust and is a Ryan Leaf. So it's one of those things where that's something you can't judge.
Can I throw a little curveball out here real quick? So, New England. They have Mac Jones and Zappy. I think they're both solid NFL quarterbacks, and I feel like they both could potentially be starters. Well, Mac Jones is already like a consistent starter. Let's say Mac Jones starts just doing ish, and they put in Zappy. Would y'all be opposed to giving up like a 2nd round draft pick and just get Mac Jones and let him be the quarterback of the future? I know it's a curveball, but I was thinking that a couple days ago, like, New England, once again, somewhat got 2 solid quarterbacks that have won games in the NFL. Would y'all be opposed to going to get Mac Jones?
Yeah.
I don't think he's an upgrade over these quarterbacks. Goff. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be trading for Jared Goff. That's what I think of Mac Jones. I think him as a Jared Goff. It's not much of an upgrade. And so, like I said, I'm always looking for upgrading. And to me, that's like, it's a younger Jared Goff. But Jared Goff's 27. It's not like he's too old anyways.
Okay, I wanted to know because I was just laying in bed thinking like, man.
Thinking of Mac Jones? You're like, Mac Jones, I love you, man. I'm thinking you want
I'll take Macaroni Jones. I don't know. Like, Macaroni Jones was a winner. He's been a winner somewhat at this level. So if you can win games, I'm for it. But I want a quarterback that can improvise. That's why I was in love with Stafford, because he wasn't super mobile, but he could improvise with his arm talent. And he can get out the pocket if need be. So I'm kind of, like I said, I'm 50-50 on like if we need to go get a quarterback, because I want a quarterback who has some wheels, but your first thought isn't always to think run. I want you to observe the field. If it breaks down, take off and scramble for 10.
We got a game tonight, Dose of Dion and Rad, featuring a quarterback that wants to get out of their situation in Lamar Jackson. You know, he's a veteran guy.
I take him.
What, Dose and Rad, thoughts on Lamar?
You want to go or me?
Go ahead, Rad. That's right down your alley, man.
You know me. So this is how I feel. It hasn't shown that a mobile quarterback has won a Super Bowl, but I think Lamar Jackson is special. I don't think he's just like a super elite quarterback, but I think he could get us to where we need to get, just because he does have some arm talent. He can throw the big ball. His throws are somewhat sporadic here and there, but I think his arm's better than, he's making more throws than he is missing them. But his legs are just exceptional. Like, he's the Mike Vick of this day and age. So why wouldn't I want to, I'm giving up a first for him. I'd give up a first. I know he would take more, but if they said you need to give up 2 firsts for him, I probably would do that. One of this year's and next year's, to get a guy like Lamar Jackson. Because for one, we have a great offensive line. You're about to bring in a deep threat, J-Mo. He has the big arm, Lamar Jackson, so J-Mo fits in. You have a safety blanket in Amon-Ra St. Brown because he utilizes his tight ends a lot. As of right now, we don't have a tight end that's just dog. But if you need to throw a underneath route, that's where your St. Brown's going to come in. We like to run the ball. So now you're implementing quarterback draws, quarterback sneaks, quarterback powers. 100%. I would love to have Lamar Jackson, and I would give up 2 first-round picks because he's shown that he can win games at this level and be an MVP caliber quarterback at this level. But it just hasn't shown that a mobile quarterback can win you a Super Bowl. So Lamar Jackson, if we go in this offseason, we give up 2 first-round picks, I'm super happy because I know what we get. I know what we got, as opposed to taking a Bryce Young or Stroud or anything like that. I already know a guy who can play at this level. So I'm all about going to get Lamar Jackson if it takes 2 first-round picks. I'd give up this year, next year's, because I want to get a pass rusher in the first round or a cornerback. So we need to keep one of our first-round picks this year. But if it was one of them this year and next year, 100% go get Lamar. 100%. I'm for it. That's where I'm at with it.
Willing to pay, you're cool with the money side, though. Someone just asked that in the chat, so
I'm cool with the money side of it because he's shown he can play at an MVP level. He wins football games on a consistent basis. He can make the big throws, and at this point, we're gonna have a big throw, a big time receiver, and we got his safety blanket, which is St. Brown. Now Ben Johnson's a good offensive coordinator. Create some stuff to where you need to build the offense around him a little bit, and to where we need to take shots when it's time to take them. I am 100% cool with giving up 2 first-round picks and paying Lamar Jackson. Yes. Instead of taking a rookie. I already got a guy who's already played at an MVP level, who team wins on a consistent basis. Yep, I'd take Lamar. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Lamar Jackson. But at this point, I feel like we have a good team, a good core offensively where we can build around him. Yes.
We're still new enough on the offense where you would feel like this offense could mold to pretty much anybody. Like, you're still new enough there, and you got to bet that for Ben Johnson being his first time as an OC, he would be able to adapt to the type of talent that he has. I can't guarantee that. I know he's adapted to golf and he's made it work for him. I would assume he could do that with any type of quarterback, though, just based on this being his first time. So, I'm never going to say no to Lamar because I'm a big Lamar fan as well. But, then you just have to start playing the money game, and then are we giving him draft picks? Is it like, again, I think Lamar's a top quarterback in football. Do I feel it's necessary for us to get to where we need to go? No. I think we can go where we're going. I think we can still get to where we need to go. But that's just because there's, like you said, you're giving up draft compensation. You're talking about basically doubling the money on top of it, depending on how you set up that contract. So, I don't know. Mike, you on board? You brought the question, man. And then I'll get BBFC.
Yeah, this is a very interesting one to me. I don't mind the compensation to give up, but it's the financials. I was just talking about that earlier about you giving up a lot of money, and then how do you spread that around for the rest of your defense, in which right now is really bad. it's butt cheeks of a defense, and it's going to be difficult to it's going to be difficult to get players. But I guess, look, if you are a GM draft guru and you can find the players in the second, third, fourth, and fifth rounds that so far that we've done, I think that help alleviates the financial ramifications, because you're like, you know what? I don't need to go in free agency to get these guys. I can get them very cheap in the draft, throw them on the defense, and Lamar Jackson's going to help us win these games. So I understand both sides of it. I'm leaning towards the draft at quarterback just because of the financials. But look, I think Lamar would make this offense insane. I think it would be the best running offense in football. Lamar Jackson to DeAndre Swift when he's healthy. Good God, with that offensive line. I mean, you're talking about we're on the football Motown. You're going to be running it down, and there's nothing that any of the NFC North teams would be able to do about it.
We dominate the North with Lamar. The NFC North. He's doing his thing in the AFC North, but the NFC North, I think he would dominate. And to your point, Mike, Holmes has showed that he can draft. So we don't have to pay a ton of money. We just continue to draft and get some players through free agency, some little nuggets. I don't think we'll ever. I mean, to be real, who really wants to come join the Lions organization? Like, we don't have a selling point to where, like, all right, I'm going to go up to Detroit and help rebuild. Like, at one point we had that because we had Stafford, Megatron, and we can get some big name people. But at this point, like, we don't have too many big name people. So let's continue to build the defense through the draft.
Through the draft,
I don't think we're going to hit it. Go ahead.
Sheila said one thing that is 100% correct. You got to build the team through the draft. And look, I love to get free agents. I think you need to get selected free agents here and there. But you want to build your nucleus through the draft. That's what you got to do. You're overpaying consistently for free agents is not going to take your team to the next level. We've done that with Trey Flowers. We've done that with DJ Chark. We've done that multiple times, and it hasn't helped. Sometimes you get a free agent that comes in like a Glover Quinn or a Golden Tate, a Nate Burleson, a Kyle Vanden Bosch in his year one. That helps the team out, or a Reggie Bush. But let's make no mistake about it. Your nucleus is of your Ndamukong Suhs, your Matthew Staffords, the Darius Slays, the team. That's how you build your team, and you just got to draft right. You got to hit round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm with you fully. Like, I think you get some players in free agency, but don't go crazy. Let's not be the Philadelphia Eagles where they went and they just blew up everything like 10 years ago. Yeah, we're America's team now. They end up sucking. So I can say with the Jacksonville Jaguars, hey, we're going to go ahead and spend everything, and they've got 2 wins.
I agree with you, Mike. I want to build through the draft and be selective on free agency and don't overpay people. But Brad Holmes has showed he's not overpaying anybody. He's going to put you on a 1 year, and you got to prove it. So I'm cool with that.
So BB Ipsy just joined us. First off,
what's
question.
What's up, BB Ipsy?
I want you to jump in this quarterback talk. Did you win the lottery? Is that why you're in here? Because I'm
No, that won't happen until after 11 o'clock tonight. And like I said, if I win that 1.9 million, I'll buy you a White Castle burger.
I need one too. I need one. I love White Castle.
Oh my goodness. Hey.
You guys are talking about the quarterbacks. First of all, Jared Goff. Jared Goff. He's okay if you give him a lot of time, but you get pressure on him, he panics. And that's when he starts throwing those errant balls, and then it's that way the rest of the game. He's been bailed out by Todd Gurley when they were winning. He's been bailed out by good running games. Imagine if Stafford had the protection and running game we have now.
Oof.
With Megatron.
Oof.
And Tate on that team.
It'd be crazy.
When it comes to Lamar Jackson, here's my thought on that. He's good right now, but you look at these great running quarterbacks over the years. They eventually get hurt and they fade. They figure out how to play them. I'd rather get a quarterback in the draft. I like that Wills guy from Kentucky. He's more pro type quarterback. Okay. I want a quarterback that's going to look to throw the ball first instead of run. Those are the quarterbacks that win you the championships. I also would like a defensive back and a defensive end in the draft I think those are the first 3 draft picks you got to have. Those 3 right there: quarterback, defensive back, defensive end. You have to do this. Too many years we've gone by with terrible defensive backs, terrible pass rush. You know, it looks like the linebackers are playing better. We haven't had good linebackers since Levy was there with Durant and what's his name? Tulloch.
Yeah.
I mean, I go back a long way watching football and watching the Lions since the mid 1960s.
Yeah, I was expecting some names there that I've never heard of. Honestly, you gave me the Levy, man. You bailed me out with that one. Let's go around real quick though, because I know me and Rand.
The last time we had a great pass rusher. The last time we had a great pass rusher was in the 70s. Al Bubba Baker.
Oh yeah.
Not Robert Forche. Not Forche.
He was okay. He wasn't great.
Okay.
Ooh.
He'd flash a few plays in a few games, but it wasn't consistent.
Cliff Averill? I always thought Cliff Averill was better than Ziggy.
Long enough. We gave him away to Seattle.
Cliff Averill was better than Ziggy. I'm gonna put that out there. I thought Cliff Averill was better than Ziggy.
I always called him Cliff overpaid Verl.
But you also gotta have other guys on the line to help. I mean, we had an opportunity when we had Sue and Williams in the middle there. And Fairley. When we had those 3 guys there, you had a dominant defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
We had an identity then. I think that's the difference.
You couldn't run against those guys.
It was nasty. We had a nasty
identity. We don't have an identity on defense.
Yeah.
We're kind of
you couldn't run against those guys. You got to be able to stop the run and then get to the quarterback, but you also have to have guys that can cover. And that's the biggest problem. Our offense is good, but when they never get on the field, it doesn't matter.
Only identity we have right now is we're going to go for it on 4th down. That's the Detroit Lions identity. I'm being serious with you. I think that's our identity. And America sees it as that. Like, we're going to go for it like we're playing Madden. That's our identity. That's the Detroit Lions.
Every time he's doing that.
For it on 4th down. That's our identity.
We're inside the 10-yard line. Take the damn field goal on the first possession of the game.
Take the 3. I'm so old school. Points add up. Take your 3, bro.
Imagine if they came down and scored that touchdown at the end. We would have been tied. That field goal would have gave us the win.
Thank you. We didn't have to be worried as community or fans to are we going to get to stop and win the game? No, we're already up by 9 points because we took our 3 on the first drive of the game. So we're up 9.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
I'm tired of going for it on 4th down. Every 4th down, man. It's ridiculous. Stupid. You paid Jack Fox. The guy's the GOAT. Let the guy punt, man. Why do you got to go for it on every 4th down? When he went on that 4th and 2, when I know Karen Rodgers over there, if we don't make it, he's got 2 minutes, and I just said, you do it, and he did. I took my headset off, and I went, mother beep beep beep, got beep. Dang! Stop it, you drunken fool!
Yo,
man.
Because we're talking about this, I wanted to say it real quick though, because I think you made a great point, and I want to. You just hit your order. I want to get Mike's as well. Like, what are your top 3 needs outside of quarterback at this point? Because I know me and Rav talked about this, but just a quick little thing here. Like, you look at a team like the Jets, they have an identity defensively. Of course, they have a defensive coach, but when they have sauce and they brought in a top cornerback through free agency, you know what they're about. They just shut down Buffalo. I think we're still.
That's another thing. If you get Lamar Jackson, you're going to have to pay him $45 million a year.
Oh,
I'm okay with that.
Now you can't sign a decent player in the offseason because now it's just going to be all mediocre or lower end players on free agencies if you need to sign them.
100%.
You were talking, Rad, you were talking about what's his name from New England,
Macaroni Jones. Jones.
He's got 2 years left before he hits the big money. So why do you want to come in there for 2 years before he hits the big money?
Because I don't feel like anybody on our team right now.
Quarterback.
Who are we about to have to pay? I look at our roster and I'm looking like, who do we really have to pay? Because we're gonna lose some money and get some money back with the Romeo. I don't think Romeo Okara or whatever how you pronounce it, he'll never be another Lion. He won't play it down for the Lions. So who do we really have to pay? Like Okuda at this point, he's gonna be up in 2 years, and he's putting up good film this year. but he can't demand big money.
He gets burned a lot.
St. Brown is the only one, but at the end of the day, we can talk to him like, hey, bro, you're still a slot receiver at this point, so we're not paying you dummy money, but we'll pay you because I do want to keep Saint.
I think
we have nobody we have to pay.
Sometimes.
Penei Sewell at some point, too.
Sometimes. Because he's trying to be, have that big hit or whatever.
Yeah, he laid some more guys out last game.
Akuda's my guy.
I can tell you
I just need him to turn his head around at the catch point.
I used to hang out with a couple Lions. Fenoy Kennedy is one I used to hang out with.
Defensive lineman.
He was a safety.
Safety? Fenoy Kennedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a big hitter. He wasn't great.
You remember better than me. You remember better than me. I don't know. I heard. I'm thinking of a D lineman, Kennedy. Go ahead.
No, he was a safety.
I believe you.
But no, he flat out told me back then when we had Blowy Harrington as the quarterback, he thought that Dan Orlowski was a better quarterback. So
for the first pick in the draft, he is.
Oh, you know who I think the biggest bug? Marcus Russell. Remember Marcus Russell? He was a bad. He was.
Well,
you want to talk about a disaster?
He was a bust.
That dude ate himself out of a deal, man. He loved food, man.
He had clubs too. He was going out and calling.
I like Jamarcus Russell.
Everyone. Oh, he can throw the ball 60, 70 yards on his knees. Doesn't matter.
And he can eat 60, 70 yards on his knees.
He could. 100%. I like the big end.
Top 3 needs for the Lions outside of quarterback. I think interior defensive tackle, massive need. I think they have to get this. I don't believe in Levi and Wuzurike. I think they need to get a guy that can go in rotation out there with the Lee McNeil. I think getting a guy, and again, you don't have to go immediately in the first round to get it, but this is just a need. I think they definitely need that. Another pass rusher, too, opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Another bona fide young stud in there because he's getting double teamed, and we need, if you want the whole defensive line to work, you need to have a lot of players on that bad boy going in and out. Obviously linebacker, but how about this? And I know that a lot of people's going to say, no way. I'm not saying draft one early. Running back.
Yes. I wanted the running back this draft. Yes.
DeAndre Swift is not looking like the long-term solution, and we need to get a guy that you can count on every single game. Like Jamal Williams, I love him to death. You can count on him, but he doesn't have the big play splash.
Swift could be a good change-up back for you, a third down back or something like that, like Riddick used to do for us.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I
you need
Kenneth
someone
Walker.
that can be that.
I think we should have drafted Kenneth Walker.
Back.
We should have got Kenneth Walker this year in the draft. But Micro, to your point, I feel like we do need to address the running back position because Swift is looking real job at best. Like he has some big plays, he flashes, but he can't stay on the field. So it's time to move on. I wanted us to move him during the trade deadline, before the trade deadline. And I'd have been perfectly okay with it. Jamal Williams is consistent, but he's not going to be a part of the future. I think we could get we can keep Craig Reynolds, and then we draft a change of pace back, a big play type of guy. Because I think Craig Reynolds can do what Jamal Williams is doing, to be honest. I'm a big fan of Craig Reynolds. A big fan.
I'm a big fan. I'm not a Michigan fan, but I love Blake Corum. Every time I watch this guy, I just think, man, this dude would look good on Honolulu and blue.
Who does he
I'm not a Michigan fan.
I haven't seen him. I'm hearing about him, but I haven't seen him. What running back?
He's 5'8" from Michigan.
Danny Woodhead. He's like a little.
No, he reminds me.
No. He's built like a tank. This dude's a muscle hamster.
So MJ, Maurice Jones.
MJD.
I like that.
Maurice Jones Drew.
A white Maurice Jones Drew. This dude is really small, and if you see this dude, he looks like DK Metcalf, but half the size of height. Yeah. He is built like a freaking.
Can he catch? Can he catch?
A cross between Warwick Dunn and Maurice Jones-Drew.
Oh, if that's what it is, draft that kid. If you can give me Warwick Dunn and Maurice Jones-Drew, we got a winner.
He's in the Heisman race,
but he's got better moves. He's got quicker feet than Maurice Jones-Drew had.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm okay.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I see other people want to get in here. I appreciate you allowing me on, guys. Red.
Mike,
Dose, anytime, man. Just let me know, Dow. You got my cell phone, Dow. Hey, Have a good night, guys.
You too, man. God bless. Oh man, Mike, this is funny.
Rat,
Panda, where you at? Big Brain Panda. I seen you jumped into the chat. Panda, you better tap in, bro, because I want to holler at you. Where you at, Panda?
Rat, I want to mention one thing real quick. You were talking about hockey. One of my good friends was drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs back in '63. He played with Red Berenson at Michigan. He's got some great hockey stories, especially Gordie Howe.
I love hockey. I love it. I grew up a Red Wings fan.
I was a roller skater, but not a hockey player.
I had a Sergei Fedorov jersey. Oh,
he hated Sergei Fedorov. He thought he was a figure skater.
Hey, that man could get points, and he was fast on them skates. Yzerman, Oscar. I remember all them jokers, man. I grew up.
Yzerman was my guy, and
Yzerman was a dog. He was a. I mean, we know what he is now. He was a great hockey player. I grew up in the hockey.
So
what's up, though, Grizzy?
You can hear us. I was gonna say, man, we gotta.
What's up?
Just join. He's hooked up, man.
Seen him
with the line in the background. Brad, didn't
see
you have
Madden?
That?
Madden
Like
line
that.
in the background. All that. Yeah, I did have a line like that. What's up, bro? Welcome. Talk to us.
So with y'all, man. Y'all still like the TJ Hawkinson trade?
100%. I'm happy he's gone.
Even though what he did for Minnesota this week?
Only time I saw on that one.
I don't think he did. I didn't watch Minnesota, so you tell me. I don't know if he did too much.
He had 9 receptions for like 70 yards.
Okay. Possession.
With no practice. With no practice.
That's not bad.
And on the offense. No. They love him there.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
good.
Talking about the new Kyle Rudolph there.
Great. Cool. Ooh. I didn't want him. I'm okay with TJ Hawkinson because he was going to demand big money, and I don't think he did big money type of production. And if Jelani Tavai can lock you up, nah.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I'm not paying you.
Back to that play, man.
What? I'm not paying you. If Jelani Tavai can lock you up, I'm not paying you. So I'm happy we got rid of TJ Hawkinson. We got a second. I wish we wouldn't have gave up a fourth, but it is what it is. I'm happy
we gave up
gone.
A fourth and a fifth.
Yeah.
2 fourths.
If they win the playoff,
a conditional.
It becomes a fifth. Yeah.
Oh, it becomes a fifth? Okay. Well,
if they win.
Either way, I'm happy he's gone, bro. Yes, I am happy we moved on from TJ Hawkinson. 100%.
So what's your take on it then?
I cried a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I think we just gave up the 8th pick for no reason.
Wait, did you say you cried a little bit?
I really cried, dude. Don't like I had a bowl of tissue or something like that. But.
We should have never drafted TJ Hawkinson, though. That's how I look at it.
Well, you know, the Lions have a history of drafting tight ends,
which
in
is
the first 10 picks, they're not working out.
Which is stupid.
Yeah, that when they drafted Eric Ebron, we could have gotten Taylor Lewan, we could have gotten Aaron Donald, we could have gotten, there was a lot of great players we could have got over him that would have helped. And especially since we knew Sue and Williams and Fairley were all leaving that year.
It's a bad GM, though, we had.
That's that Bob Quinn.
Oh,
we let Lombardi come in as our OC and talk him into Ebron could be the next Jimmy Graham.
That was 2014. That wasn't Bob Quinn. That was the guy before him.
That wasn't Bob Quinn. No, that wasn't Bob Quinn. No, wasn't
Lombardi was early.
That was during the Caldwell era, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, Caldwell was the
Marty, not the Marty. What was
Lombardi was with Caldwell.
Whoever it was our OC that we just got from the Saints was Lombardi's like nephew or something or grandson.
It wasn't.
It was because they were talking about he was supposed to be the next Jimmy Graham. I'm talking Ebron.
You talking?
I'm talking Ebron. We had Lombardi as our OC that year.
Was that Matt Millen? Who our GM was?
No, that was way before that.
It was the black guy.
Mayhew.
Yeah,
it was Mayhew. It was Mayhew's regime.
Mayhew.
We were saying he was going to be the next Jimmy Graham, and we just got the OC from. He wasn't the OC at New Orleans. I think he was like the quarterback coach, and they were talking about he's supposed to be.
He made a lot of bad draft picks.
They sold us on taking a tight end who's supposed to be the next Jimmy Graham. I remember that vividly, because I'm thinking like, bro, like
we had
I'm looking
4
at his
or 5
tape
different
like
needs before a tight end.
A tight end.
We had 4 or 5 different needs before a tight end.
Because that's when Jimmy Graham was popping, Gronkowski was popping, all that was popping. The tight ends are still low key popping, but it was popping heavy back then because Jimmy Graham was the dog.
Was still playing well. Tony Gonzalez was.
I like the Pettigrew more anyway.
Like Pettigrew.
Well, I mean, I think Pettigrew was
Gates.
better than both of them.
Gates.
I think.
Gates.
Oh,
Pettigrew was
popping.
great
I take
for
Haas
about
over
3 or
Pettigrew.
4 years.
Pettigrew
I mean,
blocked.
he had 80 some odd receptions his second years,
oh, Brett. Okay,
but I think a lot of that had to do with Stafford.
I'll be right back.
for sure. So, Grezzy, is that right? Am I pronouncing that right?
Greasy.
Greasy. Okay, my bad. You hopped in here. Are you gonna show some quarterback love, or what's your take on that? Because so far it hasn't been great.
Man, I could rock with golf until like another 2 seasons, man. I think we're gonna win with golf. I'm with you though, so I think we're gonna win with golf, man. It's just everybody gotta stay healthy around him, man. For real.
I just watch. I pay attention to what happens when they're under pressure. If they stay cool, he gets happy feet. He panics. He gets
but
very
if he's
nervous.
not all the weapons out there that he's supposed to have, I don't think
He doesn't like. He won't stay there and take a hit to throw that ball where he needs to because he's afraid to get hit. You ever seen him run and lower his, have you ever seen him run and lower his shoulder? Like some quarterbacks do when they need that extra yard?
He did step up in the pocket this week, though. I can see that he ain't go out of the pocket this week. I mean, I ain't saying everything was all on accurate and everything, but he stepped up in the pocket. I seen that.
He threw an end over end pass one time.
Yeah, no, I did. This definitely wasn't his best week. It was definitely an issue though. To your point, with some of the, like I said, there was a legit play out there where Khalif got jammed on the line. He didn't even run a route, and then you had Tom Kennedy on the other side. It's like, dude, that dude ain't getting open. I mean, I like Tom Kennedy, I do, but he doesn't get open. You play man, he's not getting open. So it's definitely an impact.
He looks great in spring. He looks great in training camp and that because he's going against third and fourth stringers.
For sure.
But
that's where we're at with our depth, man. Unfortunately, we thought we'd have receiver depth. That was supposed to be a big difference this year.
Well, when is Williams supposed to come? When is Williams supposed to be healthy enough?
After Thanksgiving, right?
That's what I've heard, and then I heard someone say he's out for the year. But I feel like that would have been reported if that was legit. So I'm still on the hope that he's coming.
Yeah, if he's out for the year, you got to wonder about things. Then that means it was a lot worse than they thought it was.
For sure. And I mean, okay, let's ask Greasy then, because we just went through it. Outside of quarterback, what do you say let's do this. What do you say the biggest needs are for the team? You can go there, and then. Also, where do you feel like actually, let's do this. Let's flip it a little quick. Before we go to that, unless you want to answer that, what do you like about the Lions' current roster and how it's constructed? Like, where do you feel good? What positions do you feel good about going forward? Where you're like, we can build around that offensively and defensively.
Our backs, obviously, if Swift can stay healthy. But what I picked up I picked up linebackers.
Okay.
Interior defensive line, man. Like,
yeah,
we need somebody next to McNeil, man.
With you there.
I don't have a problem with what he said. We need a linebacker that can cover someone.
We need another linebacker, period.
That's what
two.
What Levy used to do so well. He could cover really well.
Yeah, Levy was a great cover.
All three phases. We need lineman, linebacker, and second. We go all 3 phases, like Rabbi saying. 3 studs at each level.
100%. 100%. I don't know why everybody's so. Me personally, I don't think defensive tackle is one of our biggest needs because I don't think Isaiah Buggs has played bad. McNeil has played bad.
We need to bring him back.
Guy. Because Levi, we don't know what we got in him. But if I'm drafting a D tackle, he got to just jump off the film. Towards like he's winning his matchups 90% of the time. He's super explosive, great pass rushing moves and things like that. But I want a defensive end, corner, nickel.
What do you think of that defensive end from Alabama?
That's why I would go get him because now we put him on the left tackle and our right tackle. Now we have Aiden Hutchinson going up against right tackles. Josh Pascal, maybe you can put on a little bit of weight and convert into a defensive tackle, or you're just going to be a rotational guy. And I'm cool with that. Yes, I want a pass rusher.
You can't double Hutchinson as much because he's getting doubled and tripled right now.
Somebody ain't going to get doubled. Then McNeil's going to blow up.
Right.
Because I feel like McNeil can win one-on-one matchups.
But it's a whole
or at least push the pocket.
No, absolutely. Because I was looking at that today, and I'm like, okay, Aleem, he's that dude's becoming incredible for us. Opposite though, if we did have a guy that's just a little more consistent, I'm keeping Buggs to rotate because we're gonna need depth no matter what.
True.
But second, third round pick, another guy in there, throw him in, let him be the rotational guy. Just because Buggs is a big dude, like he needs a blow here and there. And right now we're kind of using that for Kaminsky, and he's not really built to do that. and they wanted that girth. That's why they went out and got Benito Jones.
Go ahead.
I
wouldn't have a problem drafting that guy from Alabama first, because games are won in the trenches.
I wouldn't have a problem with it either.
I'm on board. Now I'm interested though.
The game ball to Aaron Glenn though.
Hey, go ahead, Red. You watched it twice. He watched it this morning.
Nah, I'm not giving it to him. I'm not giving it to him just because our defense has won us a game. I don't think he deserved it. I think that the defense, they won us the game, but it didn't have nothing to do with him. It was more just like
that was slick.
Say it again.
If they would have gave it to Kirby, I would have been slick with it. But Aaron Glenn,
I think Kirby should have got it.
Yeah.
That's who should have got the game ball.
It was a political move to do it for Aaron Glenn because that defensive backs coach got fired, so they're protecting him.
They needed that a little bit.
Yeah. They just play politics at this point.
Yeah, I seen what they did. That was all politics move. I seen what they did though.
It's a politics move. Like, no, bro, that ball should have went to Kirby Joseph, Jerry Jacobs. Jerry Jacobs better start against the Bears.
Shit down over there. I was like, yeah,
this is a problem.
That's who needed him all year, man. You know who I didn't come to field that much? AJ Parker, and I was so goddamn happy.
I'm glad you said that because
I was like, oh my god, they put him in the game this week. I swear to God, I'm gonna go talk to damn myself.
He shouldn't be on the roster anymore. I'd have cut that.
I don't even know why, man. We should let.
Hey, Josie, you get anyone else in?
No one's jumped in yet. It's just us right now.
Okay, no one else. I was gonna say I'll leave to let someone else get some time.
No, hey, if someone jumps in, I'll let you know. But yeah, man, you're good. You're good if you want to hang around. But I do want to say this to AJ Parker point to give some love here on his last game. Will Harris, he held it down in the slot. Like I didn't.
That was a big glass breakup.
Yeah,
that was a catch at first though.
Played.
I ain't gonna lie, I did that. It was a catch.
That was a catch.
At first, when they first,
right.
When you did the replay, I was like,
that was huge though. That was, I didn't like he played so well there, and then they said they liked how Mike Hughes played. That's the biggest thing I would say we could all look at and say. You just said it with AJ. You were happy to see that he wasn't playing. Is that whatever made him make the moves? They played the right guys in the secondary this week. They played the right guys that have earned it, and I assume that's what's going to be going forward. We don't need to see Amani back on the field. Like I like the dude, but we don't need to see him back on the field. Jerry, you're the guy because you changed your life here when you came back in. Same with Will Harris. He held it down. Keep giving him time because here's the thing. Will Harris is another dude. He's going to be cheaper, but he's not under contract. So he's another guy that you're going to have to make a decision on. There's only one guy in this cornerback room that we know basically is going to be brought back next year for sure. That's Jeff. And I would assume Jerry.
Rad, did you say you like Will Harris? Because he was a big Will Harris hater.
Whoa, Will Harris
was a big Will Harris hater.
Hold on.
Yeah, he ain't gonna make the team. I watch y'all all the time. You feel me?
It might have been. Will Harris is. You're tripping. Will Harris is a glue guy. I think Will Harris deserves another contract. I think we should put him on like a 2-year.
You was talking about burning his contract though.
$5 million. He's a glue guy. He is a glue guy. He's a jack of all trades. He's not exceptional. He's just mid, but he's mid at every position in that secondary. So yes, I'm cool with him coming back. He can play special teams.
Improved, though.
I will give Will Harris another contract, but he's not getting a lot of money. Me personally, I put him on like a 5 mil, 3-year, $5 million. You're not going to be a huge cap hit. I don't think he deserves that.
100%.
I don't. But Amani's, I just wish we'd have traded Amani because we're not about to get nothing for this dude. And I feel like he had some type of value. I think he did.
We should have traded him last year after all them interceptions.
This is where we messed up. Like, we know he's getting a lot of flags and he's been playing bad, but to healthy scratch him in a game makes it look bad to the public. So it's like, y'all healthy scratching this dude. Like, we're not about to trade for him. I'd have continued to play this dude and move him. I'd have continued to play him and move him. Like, you got to kind of play some games with it. You know, you got to play mind games. Like, oh, Monty, he's still a starter. I know he's getting beat and he's having pass interference calls, but we're going to play you. Not have traded him. But healthy scratching him killed his value. That healthy scratch killed his value.
I think
I'd have kept playing it.
Absolutely.
He killed his value, but they didn't help it by healthy scratch.
Maybe they were trying to help it. They're like, let's get this dude off the field.
Like, I'd have played him, dog. Like, I'd have played him.
So
you just give him some safety help and put him in zone.
BB don't give me the vibe that he's talking playoffs right now. I just don't see it. But Greasy's got the smile on his face. I think he might be talking playoffs. So where are we at in that? Are we looking at the playoff pictures?
Playoffs.
There we go.
Ain't nobody talking about playoffs right now, man. I just hope we don't get the number one pick, bro.
I'll take the number one.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
I want the number one pick because we get Will Anderson.
I want to trade down to get more picks.
There, baby, there you go.
I can see him trading down, but I don't want the number one pick. I don't want us to have the number one pick. I'm gonna see us trade for the number one pick.
Trade down 3 or 4 spots and get extra picks.
You take the number one pick if we got like 4 or 5 wins and we still the worst team. You'll take that then, for sure. Yeah. I want more wins. I'm not gonna sit here and say I want us to lose every game. I do want some more wins, but I'm not mad if we get the number one pick because
4 or 5 games.
I think Houston's going to end up with the number one pick. My personal.
Yeah, Houston probably
will.
We have
4 or 5 wins. Goff can't be our quarterback next year.
True.
No way. You can't sell that.
That's
100%. You're right. Yep. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, you can't sell that. There's no way I can buy into that with 4 or 5 wins.
But then if
that's facts.
Goff said we was ready this year,
especially with the offensive line we have.
Yes,
we can't. If we,
I mean, Garrett, all the injuries we had too, but I mean that could be a path, but still, like, I don't know.
If Houston has the number one pick, are they sold on Davis Mills, or are they going to get their quarterback? Because it'd be cool to have the number 2 pick at that point.
With Davis Mills, there's no chance.
They would have to go get a quarterback.
So
that's why. Okay, let's land with the number 2 pick then. And because there's still quarterbacks people will trade up for.
On our GM, he'll probably go quarterback.
I go pass rusher.
You think you would?
I'm not giving up on Goff just yet.
With them coming in with being their 3rd year and having another bad record, and us Lions fans being on their back, they're gonna get QB.
So let's get the number 1 pick. We gotta go for number 1
with our quarterback. Now we got a couple years with the new quarterback. Instead of getting a whole 6-year contract that Dan Campbell got.
We got to go get a quarterback then. If we end up with the number 1 or number 2, we got to go get it.
Well, they'll have the business side. They'll have to do it. Like you said, that you can't sell that we're coming back in with the same quarterback. That won't. She knows the business side. Hey, people are going to buy regardless. But there's some that sells when there's a quarterback there every week that people think could come into the game. If you're bad again, it's going to be hard.
The way it's going, we're going to have 2 picks in the first round and the first 15 picks.
Right.
Because the Rams aren't going to win many games this year.
They lost to Tampa Bay yesterday, didn't they?
Their offenses, they have no run game. The pass protection and offensive line is probably the worst in the league, worse than the NFL.
Yeah, I
mean, they lost 3 starters on injured reserve at the beginning of the year. Then a 4th one went on injured reserve. You know, Whitworth retired. Akers is a problem because he's butting heads with the coaches.
They should have signed Odell back.
Well, he was hurt. Nobody's going to sign someone they don't know if they can play.
Odell going to Buffalo.
He's not ready to play yet.
You say he's going to Buffalo.
He going to get them over the hump.
I heard it was Baltimore.
Maybe it's Detroit.
Von Miller said Buffalo, but they might not offer him what he wants because they don't know what he can do. It's a second injury on that same injury on that knee. So he's not even ready to play yet.
So he was dancing after the Super Bowl in the locker room.
I go get Odell at this point. We need Odell. Even though he ain't even about to play, we need another receiver, bro.
We need
because Josh Reynolds is not cutting.
We can have Williams and Odell on injury reserve. Yeah, way to go, Rad.
Hey, I'll take it for the rest of the year, bro. Look, I don't need him next year. I need him for 1 game.
Look, we just need somebody who's gonna show up. And at this point, Josh Reynolds is not a true number 1. I don't know when J-Mo's coming back. I said it yesterday. We need to go get Will Fuller. I'd go get Will Fuller right now. That's what I'm going to get.
He's been doing since he left Houston. He hasn't really done anything.
He ain't got picked up. He got suspended.
He's a speed guy.
He's a free agent.
Number 1. He's not a number 1. He's a speed guy.
Will Fuller is listen. Will Fuller is there just to back safeties up to open up the run game. If need be, Goff needs to throw it out there. Will Fuller can go get it now. He's a speed guy, like you just said. And then you bring in J-Mo in 2 weeks, and now we got 2 speed guys and one of the best slot receivers in the game. That's just gonna help our running game. And then when we run play actions and they're running deep overs, you can't keep up with this 4.2, 4.3 speed.
Well, you know,
on
you
this
make
deep
a point
over.
because look what Miami's done this last year with the speed they have.
BB, I know the game. I know I made a point. Thank you, baby. Get 2 speed guys and have the best slot, one of the best slots in the game. We have a great offensive line, great run game. Let's open up the offense. I don't think we can make the playoffs, but I still think we can finish with 6 to 7 wins. I really do. I wanted to go through the schedule. I really do. Dose, where you at? You look like you froze. Can we go through the schedule? Let's go through the schedule really quick. I really think we can finish with 6 or 7 wins. I'm not. I haven't given up on our team 100% yet. I know it hurt our draft stock by winning 6 or 7 games, but we're not a poo-putt team. I don't care what our record shows. I still don't think we're a poo-putt team. We're not the most talented team, but we play very hard, and we're in a lot of games. I don't think we're a bum team. We're not the worst team in the NFL.
Really not.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I don't even think we're, you know.
Better than the Bears. Better than the
Bears
Packers.
are playing good. They almost won. They are
tough. Playing good, but I still think we're better than the Bears.
Yeah, I think we're way better than the Bears.
But
there's teams I feel like we're still better than. 100%. So why not have 2 burners? I get it. I always want a big guy too. I get you, BB.
I get it. A big guy.
I would love. That's why I want to chase Claypool. I feel like giving up a second to go get Claypool. I would have did that just because we recouped a second. I would have gave up our second to get a guy who's shown that he can play at this level and he can run every route in the route tree and he's good at the 50-50 ball. Claypool can really do it all.
James, they dropped it, man.
I want someone who's going to go up and fight for the ball. Look at Marvin Jones. He used to do that.
100%. Marvin, like I told Dose, Marvin Jones would have caught that ball against Dolphins. Remember the pass we threw, the 4th down we threw to Josh Reynolds. Marvin Jones would have caught that pass. 100%.
He would have caught that pass.
100%.
Marvin Jones fought for the ball. I want someone that's going to go up and fight for the ball. That's
How Calvin Johnson don't retire?
So what do y'all think we're gonna finish our record with? Can we go through the schedule?
Anyways, first of all, his contract was too high. He hadn't practiced in a few years. People can say all they want, but Calvin couldn't practice because his knees and ankles were so bad. He was out of the
practice.
Who we talking about? Calvin? Megatron?
He ain't even practice.
He's an all-time great.
There'll be no disrespect on Megatron here.
I'm just saying. He was due $19 million that year.
I don't care. Megatron didn't need to practice because he showed up every week in and week out. Megatron didn't need to practice. He's at the level, BB, where he didn't need to practice. I don't care if he didn't practice. The guy's going to show up and he's
now. You want to know what receiver from the Lions in the past was the best at going up and getting the ball? Herman Moore.
Okay, yeah. Herman Moore.
Herman Moore. Yeah, he was that big receiver before those started happening.
Herman Moore.
And the knee injuries ruined his career. He'd be a Hall of Famer right now if it wasn't for those knee injuries.
Herman Moore.
Herman Moore.
Shout out to Herman Moore, Lions Nation Unite. Herman Moore was my favorite receiver in Detroit Lions history up until Calvin Johnson. So he falls at the second.
He's still mine. Him, as far as receiving, Charlie Sanders is my favorite person that received the ball. He was a tight end back in the 70s.
I'm an 84. I gotta go Megatron, Herman Moore, then Golden Tate, then like Johnny Morton. Like that's where I got, or Perryman.
I'm going. I'm just saying my favorite defensive back of all time is Lem Barney. I go back because I grew up watching these guys when I was younger.
My favorite defensive back is still Beanie Blades.
I like the Chris Houston. Dre Bly.
Beanie Blades.
Len Barney's a top 10 all-time cornerback.
Or Darius Slay. Louis Delmas.
He was a thumper.
Y'all
don't remember Delmas. He just couldn't stay healthy.
He didn't even go for the interception.
I liked him.
Delmas was a hitter.
I like Delmas.
And he would get you hyped before the game too.
Yeah, he would.
Real quick though, before we get out of here, can we get can we go through
Hey,
the schedule
you
real
want me to
quick.
share, or do you want to
Let's go through the schedule. We got Bears next.
Okay.
Win. We'll go around.
Okay.
You got to
Where's
win,
it at?
Grizzly.
Yeah, I got to win.
Here or there?
Chicago.
Is that
It
Chicago?
is in Chicago.
Bears win.
Okay.
No, they talking about tearing down their stadium. It's a Lions win.
I think that's a win for us. Giants.
Loss.
The Giants are at home.
Grizzly, go ahead.
So. It's
Grizzly.
a loss.
Is it at home?
It's in New York.
Loss.
I think it's a win.
Loss. That's a loss.
See, when I was younger, I was like this. I think that I play with the emotions, but I'm more realistic. Honestly, we're not. I don't think we're going to get to the Super Bowl until new owners take over.
Oh Lord, I'm thinking 2024, 25. I believe. I like what we got.
We've been rebuilding since 1957. We've been rebuilding since 1957.
We've been rebuilding since Barry retired.
We've been rebuilding since before then.
We've been rebuilding since Barry retired, man. Oh my God, I'm so tired of the word rebuild. We should have demolished it already. New foundation.
How old is you, Grizzly? How old is you?
I'm in my 60s.
I know you older than us.
I'm 34, man. I'm 88.
Okay,
baby.
so you 80s, babies. Okay, so you watching the same football I've been watching.
Yeah.
You still have baby milk behind the ears.
You watching the football I was watching. Dose, what's up? You here?
I'm here, man. I'm
okay.
Just listening, man. Go ahead.
I think it's a win. I think it's a win against the Giants and Bears. So now we're sitting at 4-6. Bills, I think it's a loss.
That's a loss.
That's a win.
I got us at 5-7. 4-7 now.
They given too.
Y'all know that's a win. Those, hey,
what you got, BB?
You really believe that, bro?
I really believe that.
We're losing.
I believe we win that one more than any other one.
The way we win in that game is
very easy. He said win.
Bad food we cook before they get there before the game.
There you go.
Just poison their
I'm
whole
thinking
team.
we might end up with 5, maybe 6 wins by the end of the year at the most.
How do you see this?
Can't stop. The defense, they look good this week, but Packers are terrible. So it's hard to say what the defense is really like.
Hey, BB, do you think we can beat the Panthers? Do you think we can beat the Panthers?
I think it'll be close.
Do you think we can beat the Jaguars?
No.
What?
Do you think we can beat the Vikings?
The Jaguars have been playing tough with people.
At home. Jags at home.
Overseas. They've been playing tough overseas.
Jags at home. Do you think we can beat
Jaguars
Jags at home?
They almost beat yesterday. They had what's her name beat yesterday, and then they ended up losing at the end.
Right. Do you think we can beat
the Jaguars?
Do you think we can beat the Vikings at home?
No.
You think we can beat the Jets?
No.
I believe we're gonna beat the Vikings at home because we're gonna want to shut down TJ.
I think we can too. But
yeah, that's gonna
I think we can finish with 6 wins.
Yeah, that's a Dan Campbell like
wins.
I think we maybe 5-6 wins.
Right, you act like we about to be a wild card team. All the wins you saying?
No. We're gonna go 6-11. We're gonna go 6-11. I think we can go 6-11
and sneak in the playoffs.
No. We're not sneaking into the playoffs. We're not sneaking into the playoffs. I think we're gonna go 6-11. Dan Campbell's doubled his win total. He's gonna keep his job. We're gonna go out and get I
think we make the playoffs.
I want Mike Zimmer as our defensive coordinator. Y'all can be on the Aaron Glenn train if you want to. I want Zimmer, but I think we're gonna go 6-11.
Right,
that's where I see us going.
The last week,
6-11. Preseason, I said we were a 10-win team.
Yeah,
but we lost some games in that first half of the season.
You said that mid-season too.
We lost some games in that first half of the season where I thought, we should have won them. But now looking at it, we're gonna go 6 wins.
Now, Rad, that's the difference between me and you. Since I've been watching them lose for so long, I don't get that hype like I used to when I was young. When I was younger, I'm thinking, yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs and all that. But I've just seen the same thing over and over and over for decades.
I feel it. You've been here for a minute. I went through the 0-16. I mean, that's all I've been through that.
You know what's funny?
0-16.
Let me tell you a story about that 0-16. The year before, they got off to a 6-2 start. And I was watching how they were winning, and they were terrible. They were lucky. I made a bet with a guy that they wouldn't finish with 8 wins. Guess what? They finished with 7 wins that year. And then they went 0-16 the next year. I said, you got to watch what was going on. And then he wouldn't pay me. Bastard. That's when I worked in the titty bar. That's where I met Steve McNair and.
I think that's where he met his wife. This is what he got.
That's where I met some of the pro athletes. Can't hear you, Rad.
Yeah, let's say we can't hear you, Rad.
Oh, I was calling Dose to see if he's still is he frozen on y'all screen?
He
just likes to listen to people. He's not alpha male to jump in.
I don't know if he's on my screen. He's frozen, so I'm like calling to make sure he's all right.
No, he's moving on. He just takes it all in. Listens to people's opinions.
Sorry, I've been going. TJ Hawkinson trade. What? Just pay him. It's the Calvin Johnson curse. Pay Calvin so we can win. Kevin,
they can't pay him. They can't pay him by the NFL bargaining agreement. He has to work for them. It's an NFL bargaining agreement.
He said pay TJ Hawkinson
for him to work 28 hours over 3 years, and they'll pay him the money. But the NFL bargaining agreement will not let them pay him. Period. Otherwise, it's a huge fine.
Oh, okay. I thought he was okay.
Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about today?
Only that, Dose, you need to step up and talk a little more and give your opinion more.
I think he's dealing with internet.
You just take it in, but
no, I'm just. I don't want to talk over you guys.
I haven't heard him in like 10 minutes.
we doing a guest show. I'm just letting you guys get the thoughts.
That's all right. I want to hear your opinion because
you guys hear my thoughts all the time, man.
I'm one of his original subscribers, and he's come a long ways in stuff. Because I remember one of the first things I told you to do, watching the game.
I do. Yes.
Tell him what I told you.
He said, "Watch it without volume."
I can't hear him.
Watch it without volume.
Yep.
You know why?
I do remember that.
Because then you can form your own opinion on how the game's going.
I do remember
instead of listening to the biased announcers.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
BBC,
I like you. I don't watch the game with them commentators either. They don't know the game, man. They got somebody else doing the work.
It's a script. They have to do a script. They have to promote certain players. It's all politics.
I like
money.
I rock when he does it.
100%.
Or Orlowski. Or not Orlowski.
Dose.
The Romo. I like Romo too. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't hear him. Well, look here, y'all. I appreciate everybody tapping in. I got to run. God bless all of y'all.
All right. Take care.
Go Lions.
Hey,
y'all keep the show rocking and rolling.
Tell them about the shepherd's pie I made yesterday and showed you guys.
Holla, holla.
Yo, I was showing that picture around, man. I was showing that picture around. So
shepherd's pie.
It looked good. It looked fire, man. It did.
I would love to have you and your dad try that smoked steelhead white chili.
What is that?
You know what a rainbow trout is?
Like a fish?
Yeah.
Yes, fish.
Oh, okay.
Rainbow trout and steelhead are the same fish. It's just different names, like a mountain lion and cougar, or But yeah, it's a smoked rainbow trout white chili, and it's delicious.
Okay. Yeah, man, I don't do all that. I buy that food that's in the box and put it in the microwave. So that's what I don't know about all that, man.
I didn't get fat like this not knowing how to cook. When I was your age, I was 145 pounds.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys both coming on, man. We're probably gonna do more of these, but
anytime you want me on, bro, just let me know. Those I've been trying to get on here with you for a minute, man.
Have you been on this show before? I feel like I've seen you on here once.
I was on. I had a different name. I was the one that said I want to take my daughter to a Lions game.
Okay.
Way back in the day, man.
I feel like I've seen you before. Okay, for sure.
Hey, Dose, do you know the proper way to say my screen name?
BB Ipsy, right?
Yep, BBB Ipsy.
BB Ipsy. Yes, sir. I had to ask you about that because I kept saying it wrong, and then you corrected me in the comments way back. Yeah.
It's short for Ypsilanti. That's where I live, in Ypsilanti.
That's right.
Those you from Ohio too, ain't you?
You talking to me? Yes.
Yeah, you from Ohio? Yeah, I'm from Ohio too, man. So
you're from Ohio?
We're in Ohio.
I'm in Warren, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain, though.
I was born in Detroit. Lived there for a while, moved to Inkster, and then I moved to Brighton, Michigan.
Okay.
And
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask him who his college team is because you said you feel my pain. So
I'm a Buckeye, man.
Oh my goodness, man.
Listen, hold on. Listen. Hold on.
Man.
I rooted for Michigan for 4 years though, because my nephew went to Michigan. He played running back, Davion Smith.
Oh, that's really?
Yeah.
That's your nephew?
Yeah, that's my nephew.
Sweet. Because he was in the XFL.
He was in the NFL, the XFL, and then he was the player that got kicked out because of the potato salad thing. And
yeah.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
I've ever
only one Ohio State player I ever liked.
Who?
He's in the Hall of Fame now. He played middle linebacker for the Lions.
Spielman.
I hated him when we went against him, but
what about Okudah, man? Come on now. Hey, we got a lot of Buckeyes now. We got Decker in here.
I'm not sold on Okudah yet.
That's fair.
He still got some proof. He looks better this year. I think he over pursues at times.
Right.
But we'll see.
I like Okudah. He'll put his head down and go hit something.
He's not that shutdown corner we thought he would be.
No, definitely not that. Definitely not. But you're right. It's an improvement. Go ahead.
I take what he's giving us though, because the last couple of years he ain't giving up because we hurt. At least he's staying healthy this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's basically a rookie in a way, right?
I hope you better not have jinxed him.
Right. He's someone we could build around though on that side. I mess with Okudah though.
We need some speed in that defensive backfield.
Yes. Quick take: is Jerry better than Okudah? Yes or no from both of you?
Jerry Jacobs?
Yes.
That's still
too early to tell.
He just
too early to tell.
He had to pick one.
He can't go by one game.
They both
can't go.
And last year,
go by one game. I can't make
because Okudah hasn't played a lot, right? I feel that.
If you,
so the jury's still out on that one, man. Give me the end of the season and ask me that.
Okay, I'll come back with it then.
I told you last year I wanted Eric a couple years ago when he was drafted. I wanted Eric Stokes just because of that speed.
Did you want the safety?
Jeremy
you the one
Chin.
that won the safety, Duggar, or was that?
I wanted Jeremy Chin.
It was Chin. That's right. Every time I see Chin, I think
about that. Him.
Okay.
No one knew about him. I told you about him.
Yes, and he's been doing well. I'm pretty sure in the NFL. So you nailed that one.
He was all pro his rookie year.
Yeah, that's all right. That's pretty good. Hey man, we're gonna wrap this up. But first, I'll give a shout out to my man Kevin C. Back in here again. Appreciate that. Everybody that came in for the show. And yeah, what is this, Monday? We're going to go live again this week, probably without Rad. But what I'll do is I'll have the call-in link again. So if you guys want to jump in, talk about the Chicago Bears game, feel free to. We'll probably do that towards the end of the week, like Friday or Saturday. So
tell Kevin C. it has nothing to do with loopholes. It has everything to do with the NFL bargaining agreement.
What did he say? He said these owners have money. Do you think they could? Do you think I guess that wouldn't be a way to do it, right? No.
Think of it this way: Kelvin only has to make a few appearances, work 28 hours in 3 years to the Lions total to get that $1.5 million, and that would appease the NFL bargaining agreement. But he doesn't want to do that.
Right?
Why not? Why not?
I'd do it. 28 hours for half
hours. 28 hours work over 3 years.
I'd do it. Yeah.
Sounds
good.
He
can
come out. 3 days. He can work 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. 3 days. 3 days in 3 years. 1 day a year.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. I don't know if I'm with the curses and stuff. I don't believe in the curses.
The curse is Bobby Lane.
Yeah.
Because they traded him.
Right. I know. Yeah. That one's been a while.
Stafford went to the same high school Bobby Lane went to.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But yeah, people don't realize it's still a business for the owners. And Calvin didn't honor his contract. And the Lions actually could have got over $6 million back from him. But they said they let him keep everything but $1.5 million. So people aren't looking at that whole thing. You got to look at it from the business aspect of it.
I just want winning football, man.
I mean, Barry had to pay back $5 million.
It's starting to hurt my heart, man. I just need winning football.
Hey, it's coming. It's coming, man. I know you. Okay, wait. You guys were going through the record. What was your before the season record predictions? Then we'll wrap this up.
Mine?
Yeah, before the season. Do you remember? Did you make
before
one?
the season? I had, I think, maybe 5 wins.
Okay.
I had 10 wins.
Hey,
the beginning of our schedule was so soft, bro. Like,
you'll. I've told you how many times I don't see him winning, getting 500 the
right.
last several years. I've said that.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I was thinking the answer was going to be, so I had to ask.
Look what they do to improve that defense. They've done it on offense with the offensive line, which I'm very happy about, but they haven't done anything on the defense.
Yeah, they
This is an orange shirt.
Good say, bro. Hey,
it's an orange shirt.
I'm gonna leave you all on this. I do think this defense.
I don't like the Fudge Packers.
Places. Yeah, no, you that's your thing. You did the whole Fudge Packers thing. I think you started that whole thing in the chat, man. But no, hey, appreciate you guys coming in. I love the background, by the way. I mean the lion thing you got going on, and then the couch.
That's cool.
I
like that.
You with
I like that
couch.
little, is that a rug? Is that a rug or a towel?
Oh, that's a
flag.
It's a rug.
Rug, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Amazon for $3.
All right. Find them deals. I see you. Okay. All right, man. Well, chat, we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Thanks, Troy.
Appreciate you guys, man.
All right, Lions fans, man.
Bye.
Absolutely.
All right, Dose.
All right, man. Good to see you.
Yep. What, puppy? Dose, hit me up, man. Anytime you need me on there, just let me know.
Hey, absolutely. Like I said, we'll probably do it again at the end of the week. But yeah, I mean, if there's like a specific thing you want to jump on for sure, message me on Twitter or something. I'll make sure we make it happen.
All right, no doubt.
All right, man.
Yep.
Get his outro rolling. All right, Chad, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Seatbelt gang. I will say that real quick before we wrap this up. I did notice that at the very beginning of the game, the first pass breakup was Deshaun Elliott. He broke up an RPO slant that they ran, and he immediately, the very beginning, he did the seatbelt immediately to start the football game. So I'm telling y'all, Jerry had that energy. He kind of brought that with the Lions. I really think he did, to the point where the first play that was made by Elliott, playing like a dang corner, hit you with the seatbelt. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Yeah, now the call-ins, I do want to do it differently. I do want to actually do call-ins, so I'll have to figure that out. But we'll get that figured out. I thought I knew what I was doing. Clearly I didn't, but we'll get it working. But you can still use that thing if you want to leave a message, and we can always react to them. So, all right, Giovanni, Jordy, my gun guy, Kevin C. Appreciate you, Bill. Crazy Clown. We gonna wrap this thing up.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.